What's up everyone, Jay here with LMR.com. Today we'll be covering the removal of your dash on your 1994 to 2004 Mustangs. Removing the dash on your new Edge can be a cumbersome task. You can use this video for many different things, including anything from servicing the HVAC case to replacing any damaged parts after an accident. Let's head over to our GT in the shop and show you what's all involved with this one. Start by popping the hood and disconnecting the battery. If you need to know how to remove your splash shield, check out the splash shield removal video in the link below. Jack up the driver's side front corner and disconnect the main bulkhead connector. You will need to peel back the inner splash shield slightly to gain access to this connection. This connector is held in place by a 10mm bolt in the center on the engine side. Fully loosen this bolt and you can pull this apart. Once you have the seats and the center console out, let's start with the upper dash trim located by the windshield. Before we move to the dash, check out the links in the description below to show you how to remove your front seats and the console from the vehicle. These steps shown will work on 94 to 2000 applications as well, but some of the steps may vary. As you can see in the video, we do have the windshield removed currently from the car. The steps we will show will work with the windshield still in place. Using a flat-bladed screwdriver, slowly work your way around this trim piece to remove it from the vehicle. Once you have this off, you'll be able to locate the three 8mm bolts on the upper edge. Now you can remove this from the dash. Now we will move to the driver's side of the dash. Remove the lower trim panel underneath the steering column. Next, on the lower edge next to the hood release, you will find the first bolt to remove. Moving into the area where the lower trim panel was, there will be an 8mm bolt that needs to come out here. Disconnect all electrical connections underneath the dash and the kick panel area. We chose to leave the steering column in place. This will make the dash heavier when you pull it away, but believe me, this will make removal and reinstallation easier overall. Mark your lower column to the steering shaft with a paint pen, just in case, so that you can make sure this goes back in the same position. Pull the bolt out of the shaft, and then you can separate the shaft from the column. Now let's move to the center dash area of the removal. Starting with the lower edge of each side of the dash, you will find four 8mm bolts. There will be two on each side. Remove these from the car. I opted to remove the radio and the center dash bezel as well here. Starting on the lower edge of the bezel, carefully pull and release the tab slowly and work your way around the bezel until it is free from the dash. Once you have this one free, you can disconnect the three connections on the switches. On the radio, that would be held in place by two screws on the bottom edge. Once you have these removed, pull the radio out and disconnect all the electrical connections from the backside. Remove the AC controls from the dash. Moving over to the passenger side, open the glove box and drop this one down. You will push in on each release tab on each side of the box to release this out of place. Now you can access the bolt in this area. This will also be an 8mm. Moving down on the kick panel area, disconnect all the electrical connections on this side as well. The last bolt will be on the lower edge next to the door jamb. Once this one is free, the dash will move, so be careful here. Grab a buddy to help you hold onto the driver's side of the dash and remove this bolt. Now that the dash is free, you will need to pull it out as far as you can. Disconnect any leftover electrical connections on each side. On the passenger side, you will need to disconnect the main vacuum harness and the blend door cable here as well. The last item we pulled out was the bulkhead connection on the driver's side. This one is held in place by 2 small tabs on each side of the connector. Use a small flat-bladed screwdriver and release this to separate the connector from the bulkhead. Once this is off, the dash should be completely free to pull back. Alright everyone, this one is really not a bad job to do. I would highly recommend setting aside a full day though, especially if you have never done anything like this before. You will need a good assortment of tools and mechanical knowledge. As with any project of this nature, taking your time here is key. Do not rush and make sure you take detailed notes of all your electrical connections, vacuum lines, and all of your hardware. These larger jobs can be very stressful, but you can save yourself a ton of time and money here by doing this yourself. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with any new projects we release like this one. As always, keep it here with the real Mustang enthusiasts at LMR.com.